All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Here to look at the updated map from Telehar from yesterday. So we'll probably get a brand new map today. As you can see, a lot of movement here. We're making great progress in Telefar, and yeah, so some of the maps look a lot different than others, but overall, we're making fast movement. And here, I'm guessing they're calling this the center right here because they did say they were 300 meters away. So here's, I'm guessing they're going to call this the center right in here. But anyways, good movement today. We probably see even better movement, more villages, more areas completed, and I did a voting thing on Twitter, and I said, when will Telefar be completed? And many people on Twitter said before September 1st. Okay, they want it out the way. They want Telefar out the way by September 1st. If you look at today, it's the 24th. So we have today, tomorrow, 8 days to get it done. Or even on the, you can count, I guess you can count September 1st as a 9 day. So 9 days to complete Telefar. So do you guys think that all of this would be completed in 9 days? It's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Okay, so within 9 days, we want to see Telefar completed, and that's what you guys said on Twitter when I did the poll. So cool. And I agree with you. Let's try to get it done by September. So September we don't have Telefar in the way, or anything like that in the way of stability and security and blah blah blah. Get this out the way going into September, and then sometime in September I want to see Iraq, go return to the international stage, or whatever they plan on doing. I want to see them. I want to see the lower nodes. I want to see the ATMs. I want to see citizens getting paid 1 to 1. I want to see the economic reforms released, and I want to see them return to the international stage, launching the private sector, the ISX, and all the other things that they need to do. Okay, so I'm hoping that's the case here. I'm hoping we get Telefar done, and we release Iraq back into the international stage, but you never know. Um, Other than that, I don't think there's any update on the ATMs or lower notes or anything like that. So I think if there is something, it's probably outside of Iraq and not inside of Iraq. So waiting on Iraq, inside of Iraq, to show those, to post the ATMs or put the ATMs into activation mode. Get the lower notes in them, start distributing out to the citizens, and things like that, and showing us proof of that. So I'm hoping we see all that stuff soon, man. You know what I mean? I know that I'm going all the way till 1118, just in case we don't see anything. But hopefully we see something soon, right? And also, not lastly, because we're going to talk about Bitcoin, like, on Ethereum here in a second. But Iraq's Kurds cling to the referendum, will not postpone a minute, only with guarantees. Yes. So as you know that uh, the Kurds will only postpone the referendums with guarantees, backing, and this is not verbal guarantees, but paperwork guarantees, and that which will be backed by the international coalition. So that means that if Baghdad reneges, the international coalition can step in, and they can get it done. So that means if Baghdad says this and they have it in writing and print, then and then the coalition forces, or the international community signs off on, and which the IMF, or World Bank, or United Nations, or whatever, BIS, based, or in different countries, all sign off on it. That means Iraq's foot is to the fire. That means if they don't give what they signed on, the international community will force them to do it. Okay, so or the international coalition will do it for them. Okay, so that's what the Kurds want. That's the guarantee they want. They want guaranteed on paper, and they want it backed by the international community. Just so when Iraq, and so if Baghdad says, screw them, right? The international forces say, nope, You sign the paperwork. You either do it or we will force you to do it. And that's how. And so that will keep them from reneging on their promises to the Kurdistan region over and over and over again. Um, yeah, so they say that they're still going on to the 25th, despite recalls from America to delay and stuff like that. I don't know why America is so involved in the Kurdistan not going independent, because America knows that America is waiting on the same thing the Kurds region is waiting on. So it's kind of it's a head scratcher to me. And I want to know who these people are. I know it's Mad Dog Mattis, and he wants them to not go independent because he wants to defeat ISIS and Daesh, and he believed and he thought that it was going to interfere. But then he came out and said, "Nah, it's not going to interfere. You can do what you want." So, but there's still other people telling the Kurds not to go independent. And these are Americans. We need to know these people's names, because the Kurds and the Americans should be wanting the same thing the Kurds want. We want Article 140 completed. We want the economic reforms. We want the lower notes and the revaluation. So what is America? What is America? Who are these people in America that are telling the Kurds to not go independent, but not getting any guarantees from the international coalition and Baghdad that they're going to see the Article 140 activation, the budget open, economic reforms and stuff? Isn't that the same thing America wants? I mean, the IMF is giving out billions and billions and billions of loans. Don't they want their money back? Are they just going to be blindly giving out billions of loans for the next 20 years until the IMF is completely gone and then we only have the BRICS left and the AIIB? Is that the plan? Is that the plan for the IMF and the World Bank to just loan until the world says you guys are done, and then they have defaulted on everything, and then they leave countries out to dry, and then the AIIB and the BRICS Bank take over? Is that their plan? That might be their plan now, ladies and gentlemen. And if that is their plan, they need to let us know immediately so we can get out of dodge of Iraq investment and all other investments that we're in. Because if the IMF, their plan is to just loan until the IMF defaults on everything and they can't run as a company anymore, and the AIIB and the BRICS Bank take over, then they need to let the people know, because if I see more loans like I'm seeing today, then we got a problem. Because why are you giving a country loans that have not released their economic reforms and released the revaluation of their country and released the lower notes and purchasing power for their citizens? Why are you giving them more loans? And this is the problem that we're having with the IMF and the World Bank and the BIS and all these other bullcrap entities out here. It looks like they want to just give out loans and never get their returns back on their investments. And they want to just, it's unbelievable what's going on right now, in my opinion. And like I said, I'm going to 1118, and then after that, I am moving on, because I'm not dealing with the IMF loans. I'm not dealing with the World Bank. I'm not dealing with Iraq and their corruption. I'm not going to be dealing with anything. Okay, so I'm going to have patience until that time. And I've told people personally, and I've told you guys as well, on video, I'm 1118. I'm moving on, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to be. And I'm at that point, if we haven't seen anything at that point, it will be beyond embarrassing. So I would be glad to move on at that point and stash the notes somewhere, where I have them stashed, and keep it moving until one day they wake up and say, "Wait a minute, the world has actually moved on from us." And no one's interested in investing in us anymore, because we have delayed everything over and over again. And now the world has moved on. Everybody's talking about cryptocurrencies and other things and other countries that have opportunities, and we have been left behind. Now we need to revalue now. And then if they do it, fine, I'll go to the bank and exchange it, and I'll keep it moving. But they need to wake up and realize that the world is not going to continue this. And actually, I did see an article about in the article they said that the world will not continue to wait for Iraq. Well, I think it was something like that. The world will not continue to. The world refuses to continue to loan to Iraq and wait for Iraq to get their act together or something like that. And so Iraq knows that. So that's why I'm giving them to 1118, because if they know it, then they better move. And if they don't, then that's on them. Bitcoin here. Bitcoin's at 4,167, and Ethereum sitting over here at 325. And Litecoin made a nice move up yesterday, and it actually hit. It says here, I don't know what this price is, because yesterday it hit 55 on Coinbase and 60 on Poloniex. So all-time high on Poloniex there, and also all-time high tied the all-time high, I guess, on Coinbase at 55. Now it's at 51.91. So let's see if we get a little stabilization here, and then bounce back up to 55, and then we finally break that and go higher, go up. And we're looking for 100 plus on Litecoin. And so more news is going to come out. Litecoin is being added to a whole bunch of different places and things. So more news is going to be coming out for Litecoin, and the momentum is going to continue all the way up, to 100 plus, so before we see maybe a pullback. A big pullback. Okay, so that's it. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open. If I see something else, I'll be back later. Peace out, everybody. God bless, and thanks for supporting. And links are in the description for anything that you want. Support, donations, coins. If you want the free faucet coins and all the other things that are in the description section. Peace out, everybody. God bless.